As a content creator, predictions are something that all of us do, and I feel like a lot of people like to boast when they get super good predictions, but not a lot of people show their misses as well. And when you're predicting for pretty much every single tournament to exist, you're gonna get a lot of things wrong. So I wanted to look at some of my old videos here, talk about how bad some of my biggest predictions were, and just have some fun with it, you know. Remember, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Please just go Kdog in the item shop if you guys want to support me even more. We're trying to hit 10K on this channel though. The first thing I want to react to is my 2024 FNCS Global Championship predictions. All right, let's just get it started.
And coming in 10th place actually includes one of the defending champions of the FNCS Globals trophy, and that is Cooper and Kennata.
Cooper and Kennata. Now I know. All right, so what? I put Cooper and Kennata in 10th place. So right here, it said their last Grands placements was 14th. Last Cash Cup didn't qual. Hold on.
Cooper and Kennata got 14th place last Grands, and they didn't even qualify for the Cash Cup so far this season. But the only reason why they didn't place better last season was obviously because of the cactus change.
They did have a big cactus nerf, yeah.
A full month to fully prepare in this meta for globals. I think they will show the world why they are a top 10 duo, and I have them finishing in exactly 10th. In 9th place.
Okay, all right. Now, honestly, with this prediction right here, I feel like a lot of their globals game plan was ruined by Chap and Teeny, wasn't it? They ended up getting like surprise con by them or something. So they finished in 20th place and I had them in top 10. I think one of the things that was like most surprising about this was Kennata and Cooper didn't even have a backup plan if they did get contested. They literally went into this LAN event thinking they were going to be uncon for 12 out of 12 games at Nitro Dome, I'm pretty sure. And that just didn't end up happening. All right. 0 for 1 already.
It's my one mandatory small region team, and it is
right.
King and Fasure. Now, King and Fasure won last season's Brazil FNCS Grand Finals, as well as they won the only Cash Cup so far this season. This team has also been playing a lot of FNCS Championship scrims that are run.
They were
NA,
grinding scrims on NA.
So this team is grinding harder than ever, and they honestly haven't even looked like necessarily bad in those scrims either.
Nah, they were good. They were literally winning scrim games
as well. I feel like out of all,
I think these guys also got surprise con.
They definitely have the best chance to be able to pull off a top 10, and that is why I have them in exactly 9th place. In 8th place.
All right, so what? I had them in 9th place. I went for one small region team, and I think that small region team ended up being, there really wasn't even one in the top 10 of this. Where did King finish? King finished in 22nd place with Fasure. That's another pretty bad prediction right there. 0 for 2.
Place is my first team that is actually going to be contested. Now this is a pick that could possibly come back to bite me later on, but I have Malibuk and Mustache in 8th place.
Malibuk and Mustache
fighting Alex and Worthy off spawn in globals. I don't think they are
last Grand's 4th
this drop spot. I think this will be a fight, and most of
my
belief on
that was how it went.
Be able to place in 8th is because I think they are just that good of a team in general, as well as they are a very good off spawn team. I know Alex and Worthy have literally been
all right
all year, but I have to be straight up here, and I just think Malibuk and Mustache are simply just better. And no, I'm not saying they're going to beat them every single game off spawn, but I'm saying in the games that they do, it'll help boost their Storm Surge, and I think they are already just such good LAN players in general that they are going to be able to finish in the top 10, and that is why I have them in my 8th spot. 7th place is another team
let's see, where did Malibuk, I think this wasn't Malibuka's best grand or globals, right? Yeah, 32nd place. Okay, so they only got 232 points in 12 matches. Oh my gosh, bro. Yeah, this was really rough for them. They only got 6 elims the entire tournament. Not the best prediction. 0 for 3. Come on.
Contested, but it looks like they are going to be splitting the POI. I have Re and Ritual. Now again, just looking at their last 2 major tournament placements, they really did not place the best.
22nd last Grands.
I still just have a lot of belief in this team. They're splitting one of the better POIs at LAN, and I think that the potential
splitting with Epic Whale and Muzz.
Like
dang, I forgot about that really Epic Whale and Muzz duo.
Any lower than a 7th place on my list. 6th is a
what is that? That's probably another really bad call right there, wasn't it? 12th place. Okay, you know what? They were close to top 10, you know? So what is that? 0 for 3 now, or is that 0 for 4? We're 0 for 4 on top 10 predictions right now. And I know I'm definitely going to have clicks in here as well. All right, hold on. Let's just keep it going. Let's see.
Another team that is contested. We're going on like a contested streak here, and that is AcornCold. Now, AcornCold.
Oh man, bro.
Alex and Sato. But if FNCSs and Cash Cups have told us anything, it is that
last Grand's third, last Cash Cup 19.
Contested by 1 team, 2 teams, 3 teams. They are still going to be able to find a way to place inside that top 10 mark. And a lot of the times they finish in the top 3 mark. It is still currently unknown whether or not these teams are going to be fighting off spawn or if they are going to be splitting.
They definitely did.
I do know how good Andalex and Sato are, but this is another case of I just simply think Cold and Acorn are better. And I really do think you're crazy if you're completely out on them simply because of the fact they are contested and they had like a rough Cash Cup this season. If they were uncontested, they would be in my top 2 on this list, but just simply because of that fact, I have them in 6th place.
All right, you know what? I honestly feel like that was really fair analysis right there. Of course, they didn't finish as highly as they definitely could have. What did they finish in? 26th place. Yeah, they had a really good day 1 though, I'm pretty sure. Like, where were they after day 1? After day 1, they were literally top 5. And then we know the whole thing, like, this team, first of all, was contested. And then on day 2, Cold got food poisoning, and it literally completely moved them down. Yeah, finishing all the way down in 26th place. Unfortunately, another L because they didn't finish top 10, though. All right, let's keep it moving.
It's finally time to get into the top 5, though.
We are already top 5. I haven't gotten a single one right.
Now, Batman, Booga, and Rapid are coming off of their best season they've ever had together.
How good did Higgs and Rapid do?
2nd place in Grands, as well as 4th place in the Duo Cash Cup this season.
They were so good together, bro.
Going to be completely uncontested at LAN, going Grim Gate. This is one of the few teams that also played last Globals together as well, and last year they finished in 14th place, so this team does have LAN experience together already. A lot of people were saying that this team is just like a 1-season wonder, and they're not going to be able to keep up this level of consistency, and I simply just have to say why to that, and that is why I have them in my top 5.
Hey, I mean, honestly, wait, how good did they do in LAN again? I feel like I literally don't even remember how good they did in this. So what? Rapid 9th place. All right, hey, I got one top 10 team correct so far. I said they would finish top 5, but I think honestly, a lot of my analysis on this team was I felt like they were super good going into this. A lot of people were kind of just saying they're like 1-season merchants, couple FNCS merchants or whatever, but I really did believe in these guys, and they finished top 10. And of course, we know the caliber of players that both of them are on today. I think this was a pretty solid prediction for them. Of course, they didn't finish top 5, but top 10 is pretty decent.
I think that the curse strikes him again, and
is this gonna be Clicks?
Vino finish in 4th place, giving Clicks his 3rd 4th place ever. Clicks and Vino are
that did not happen.
Difficult teams to really rank to me, to be honest, as it's looking like they're not even going to be going for the forecast tower anymore. I feel like that is definitely going to change.
Nope, they did not.
Though, like if they're struggling without it, I think they eventually will just fight Peterball and Poyo. But who knows how that fight is going to really go for them? Let me know.
They did not fight there.
Below what place you think they're actually going to get. I just don't think Clicks' first ever FNCS win is going to happen at a LAN event, but I think a 4th place is still,
and it still has not happened yet.
For him. Time to get.
All right, so I think a lot of my Clicks analysis here was based off the fact that they were uncontested going into LAN, and then literally I'm pretty sure like a day or 2 before day 1 started, they ended up getting like surprise contested by that like OCE team or something, and then I think they finished in what, 11th it was? Yeah, 11th place. So definitely not anywhere near close to top 4. They 100% probably would have top 5 though if they were uncon. Fortunate though, man.
Into the top 3 now, and now I have to.
All right, top 3, bro.
Like anybody in the top 3 has the potential to be able to win, obviously, but I wanted to give an exact specific ranking, so I'm going to start off with, in 3rd place I have Vico and Flixie. Now Vico and Flixie
good call here.
Season's EU FNCS Grand Finals,
great call,
as well as won the only duo Cash Cup so far this season on EU. They have been one of the best up and coming teams so far this year. Vico also placed exactly 10th place last Globals with Pink, so he does already have some LAN experience. I feel like if you're making a predictions, you have to have Vico and Flixie in your top 3 though, simply based on the fact that they are uncontested and they have just been one of the best teams in general this year. Like I said earlier, let me know what you guys think about them in the comment section down below though. All right, now
that's 100% fair. They finished in what? They finished 4th place, so almost exactly right on my 3rd place call for them, just 1 spot off of that. Of course, we know Vico and Flixie went on to then go win trios the very next season with Vino, so I mean, hey, super good team. Of course, still really good players today.
Second place,
That was not the
might be
worst
my
prediction.
most controversial pick of the video, but I think if you have been watching competitive Fortnite,
Oh,
and you know
I
how
remember
rankings
this.
work, I think you will agree with me and say this is a good pick, but I have Cammy and Seti in second place. That would mean this is going to be back-to-back years of Cammy and Seti finishing second place at a global championship, which I must say is definitely not bad. Obviously, they're
I have been getting fooled by
ranked
Cammy and Seti for far too
season,
long.
getting like 48th, where they were just getting absolutely dominated off spawn, but it's looking like they are going to be uncontested going into LAN, and we also got to see them be uncontested in a cash cup where they finished third place this season. Cammy and Seti overall are just some of the LAN goats though, because obviously literally 2 years ago in invitational they won that, so they would now have an invitational win and then 2 second places.
Just didn't happen, bro. It just didn't happen.
Are the best LAN team there.
Okay, we gotta stop talking.
Because of one bad season. For one, it was pretty much just because they were contested, and now that they're uncontested, I think all your doubts should already go away. But if they haven't already, just look at their placements at LAN, and you should be back on the Cammy and Seti hype train. In first place, though.
All right, you know what? I kind of get where I was coming from in this, but like, dude, I have been getting fooled by Cammy and Seti in multiple grand finals, and literally my LAN predictions that I just remembered right now. They finished what? In LAN, they finished in 23rd place, and I had them top 2. Like, I need to just keep banning myself from predicting Cammy and Seti just anywhere, bro. I am always way too high on them, and it never works out for me. And then my first place one, pretty obvious choice, really, but I got it right.
One team, and if it hasn't been obvious enough to this point, it is Peterbot and Poyo I have winning this global championship, giving Peterbot and Poyo their first LAN event, as well as Peterbot's 4th ever FNCS title, and this would also give them 3 straight, giving them basically like a little duo dynasty in Fortnite now. This team is obviously coming off of back-to-back FNCS Grand Finals wins, as well as second place in the most recent Duo Cash Cup. If there's any team that definitely has like most...
What was this? All right, so the last Cash Cup before LAN was Booga and Aviv in first place, Clicks, Batman Booga and Rapid, Dukes and Sphinx, Epic Will and Muzz, Day and Ozone, Zeus and Creon, Threats and Trashy, and then Chimp and TK. Bro, it's actually crazy like how fast things change, man.
Red flags going for them. It is probably Peterbot and Poyo, simply because of the fact that they are quad contested at their drop spot. They are most likely, for the first day at least, going to be uncontested for being able to get the...
They ended up being uncon literally the whole tournament somehow.
Mythic AUG as well as the scan coin.
They got both of those 12 out of 12 games.
Things get a little bit tricky.
No clue how.
The teams that are landing with them are doing bad. I feel like a lot of them are just going to start fighting Peterbot and Poyo, trying to be able to get that coin to have a big pop-off game. But at the end of the day, Peterbot and Poyo are still some of the best off-spawn fighters that Fortnite has ever seen. So it's not like it's going to be like Cammy and Seti getting fought off spawn here. It's still Peterbot and Poyo at the end of the day. The other thing is if they're able to also get forecast, which is looking like they might be able to get Clix' forecast every game also, like I talked about earlier, then they are by far going to have the best loot in the game, the best coin in the game, and a forecast tower. I just don't see how, if all 4 of those things are going for them, how they wouldn't be able to win this LAN. It would have to be some like catastrophic meltdown from them. If you're just putting into fact them getting all of those things, if you think that they are not going to win LAN, I think you're kind of just a hater at that point. But yeah, Peterbot and Poyo wrap up my top 10 list, and I think they do get the job done here. Let me know your guys' own top.
Hey, honestly, super good analysis all around right there. Of course, we know they did end up winning LAN, completing that. I kind of want to see what the comments were like on this. All right, so before watching the video, I can tell he's going to put Peter in 1. You don't need to chill. Peter and Poyo should be the favorites to win. They've been dominant this last year. What are some of the responses? Online doesn't matter when you talk about LAN. But we all know how we want it. Stop the dumb thinking about them winning. And I hope Clix wins this. Giving Clix another 4th is crazy. Cammy and Seti, a safe choice, at least for top 3. Of course, that didn't end up happening. NAC bias is crazy. I'm not even a big Peter fan, but let's be realistic. He's one of, if not the best chance of winning. Clix over Batman Booga and Rapid is crazy. I mean, hey, good call by him right here. I'll give him his props right here. That's a good call. Let's see. Chap and Teeny not mentioned. L list valid. I think I put them in my honorable mentions of this though, but that's valid. The Peter Glaze. Why you gotta diss the OCE boys? It was kind of valid. Let's see. Not putting Rezon and Vidil in the top 3 is crazy. Hey, we gotta see that. We gotta see how that went. Kdog's gonna be hella surprised when Peter doesn't place first. I mean, what else can I say, man? All right, honestly, there was a lot of L predictions on this list, but hey, we got a couple of good predictions on this as well. That's kind of just how it goes when you make predictions. Nobody's gonna go a perfect 10 out of 10. I think I've hopefully gotten my comp knowledge up over the past couple of months, and hopefully by the time the next Global Championships comes around, I can have a lot better top 10 list. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, as we're trying to hit 10K on this channel. Please just go Kdog in the Fortnite item shop if you guys want to support me even more. Thank God for another day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.